It is now March 15th, 8 o'clock, 8:34 p.m. The PC hasn't sold. It hasn't sold. I ended up just reducing the price again to $380. I still make profit. Obviously not what I wanted to make initially, which is fine. It's just, the market's slow right now, and I think because of the specs, it's a little outdated. It's getting hard to sell. I actually did post it on, I have it on Jawa as well, but I have it posted there for $400. Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, I have it at $380. I had a couple people message me already. I had one guy message me today. It fell through. He said he couldn't come and see it. Had another guy offer me $320. I told him $350 is like the bottom line, lowest that I'll take for it. If not, I'll just keep it. Maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. But I did end up picking up some other deals. I picked up some stuff from Amazon as well. Not everything came in today, but I had a couple things come in. I ordered some white Asgard DDR4 RAM. That hit me with, I think it was like $37.96. I ended up picking up this Thermalite cooler as well for, I think, $27.90. As well as an SSD, which is one of the things in my local market that I cannot find. One of like the least things that people sell. I see like CPUs, graphics cards, motherboards, RAM, cases. This is like hard to find used at a good price. And I ended up picking this one up for, I think, like $24, pretty sure. It's the King spec, 512 gigabyte NVMe. I also ended up picking up a power supply. I ended up picking up this 700 watt. 700 watt, it's not any bronze rated or anything, but it's from ESA Gaming. I actually never heard of this company, but it's brand new. Also, I seen like a couple good reviews from it. Might as well try it. It's not bad. I think it was like $40. And I'm gonna pair it with probably that ASRock B450 motherboard that I have. But apart from that, I ended up also picking up 2 graphics cards today. I ended up picking up, which I think is a pretty darn good deal, is these two 3060 Ti's. I picked these up for $380 in total. What is that, like $190 each? They're clean, they're good. I haven't tested them yet. I'm gonna test these cards as well as that motherboard, one of the CPUs, and probably also test that 3070 because I haven't tested it actually. The only one motherboard that I know works is the X570, which it had originally one of the Ryzen 7s that I have. I tested those with the graphics card that I got with that bundle. It posted, thankfully. But now I'm gonna test these to see if they post, which I probably should have done when I bought them. But, life happens. I have a full-time job, so, it's kind of hard to find time to do these things when I don't have a very consistent schedule when it comes to that. But we're gonna test these, and we're gonna set up a test bench to see if any of this stuff works. And if not, then I'm screwed. Okay, moving on to my actual desk. So what we got here is that B450 that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace. The guy said that it was new. He hadn't used it yet. It has all the manuals, Wi-Fi antennas, I/O shield, some zip ties, and then obviously the motherboard. Very nice, very nice. I think this board retails for, I don't know, I think it retails for like $60-70, right? I'm pretty sure it do. It says it's Ryzen 5 ready. I actually don't have a Ryzen 5, but we'll see if it'll run with a 3700X. One of these, I have two of these actually. So I'm gonna test both and see if they work. These are also a 16 gigabyte kit. These are rated at 3600 megahertz, I'm pretty sure. What the hell? Alright, whatever. I probably have to move this to the edge. Clipped in. I think I only need one of these. I think it's a 6-pin. Oh. Beautiful. Now, HDMI. Okay, everything's in. RAM, CPU, 24 pin, CPU pin, HDMI. All right, now if we go down here, there we go. So everything's spinning. CPU, graphics card. Will we get the boost? This might take a minute. Uh-oh. I don't think this motherboard has any LED lights to let me know. Oh, another reset. Whoa. Powered off this time, but not a post yet. We're gonna let it run one more time. Power supply stopped again. That is not good. But the graphics card, the CPU are ready. Alright. That's weird. CPU fan is in. So after those couple of reset loops that this motherboard did, I started to realize that no matter what part I swapped, it still wasn't going to post. Throughout this time, I got off camera. After testing the parts that did work, I got off camera and I started swapping each and everything, apart from the graphics card, the CPU. The one thing I didn't change from this test bench was the power supply, which I ended up reading that that Corsair power supply only ramps up under load. So clearly every time it kept posting and shutting off, apart from when the reset would happen, is it's rated that way. It does that. That RAM, it actually did end up, it worked fine. I just don't know why it wouldn't turn on. I literally I put both sticks back into my sister's computer and they both worked fine. I actually ended up swapping those
those 4 sticks into my build instead and put my 32 back into her PC, and then I took the 4 sticks that equal 32 from her PC and put it in mine. It looks way better. But anyways, yeah, I tested motherboards, I tested on my RAM, I tested on my CPUs, I tested all my graphics cards that I had. Everything worked fine except for this motherboard, which sucks, you know. You lose money, and it was $40, and I was really hoping it would work, because I was going to use it in a build. It was really good, apart from it being broken. I actually had on-board Wi-Fi, and it was a pretty good board, but sadly I'd had to take a loss on it for $40, which is not bad, but it also a lesson learned for next time to always test your parts when you get them. I should have done that with everything that I have bought off of OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, just to be safe. But you know, apart from that, yeah, the motherboard just, I cleared the CMOS, I took the battery out, and still it would not boot. I don't know what was wrong with it. I don't know what I should do with it, but I'll probably just post it on eBay and call it a loss and see if anyone wants to pick it up for $20, I guess. But
one eternity later.
All right, so after a much needed dinner, it's late as hell. It's like 12:42 right now. Yeah, that motherboard, it's gone. Like, it does not work. Day of, after picking it up, then I might have had a chance to be like, hey, it doesn't work, but it is what it is. I'm gonna end up picking up a different motherboard, maybe something a little obviously new. I ended up picking up a different version of a P450, also from ASRock, so we'll see, you know. I mean, it is what it is. I've never seen that. Like, I've never had a motherboard that just power cycles like that. The motherboard, like, physically looks fine, but clearly something's wrong, so it is what it is. Hopefully, I was gonna use that to build with a 3600 X that I am picking up tomorrow for $40. And I wanted to put that and pair that motherboard essentially and put it in this powertrain case that I have. Obviously I'm gonna have to wait until that new motherboard comes in, but yeah. I mean, everything worked. I'm glad that the 3070 worked, the 1660 Super, both 3060 Ti's, they work just fine. Once I get the remaining parts for those builds, then we'll test them and see, you know, games and whatnot. I'll probably have to make room on my actual desk. I'll have to probably take my PS5 off of there and make room for those PCs when I build them. That way I can get all that benchmarks and stuff like that and have it connected to the capture card, because I know filming it off my iPhone and pointing it at the monitor isn't as good quality. And I do have a capture card. I have a really old HD60S that I've had since when I first started streaming on my PS4, so we'll just use that and we'll see where that leads us. But I'm hoping sometime this week I sell that other PC. I think pairing that new 3600X and the 1616 Super, I think that's a pretty good combination there. I also have that 2600 that I'm probably going to pair with another 1660 Super. I have 2 of those. So we'll see. If not, then I'll probably get a different card for that. Or I'll just sell the CPU. I don't know. I got it for $30 with that Wraith Spire cooler. I keep calling it the Wraith Spire. I don't know if that's what it's called. I think it's called like the Wraith cooler. But yeah, we'll see. But that's all I got for you guys. Peace out.
Just kidding. Quick little update. I did end up selling the PC. There's a screenshot up there. That's 3 days after I filmed everything. I got a message on Facebook Marketplace asking if I could drop it off, and I did. So I made $400, which is great. Total profit for that PC was $147.87. So yeah. Anyways, bye.